Hey, good morning. It's Kevin. I'm with Angelina, and it's May 11th, 2024. We're just up at what's this, Wertheim National Park here, and yeah, National Wildlife Refuge System. And they're having some kind of like a bird watching day or something, so we figured we'd just take a little video of what's going on. We want to thank everybody. Subscribers are growing.
You gotta get more.
Yeah, so thank you. We're trying to get to maybe 150 by the end of the month, which might be happening. So thank you for everybody who's been helping. And we're just going to walk around, check out some of the sights. It's a beautiful butterfly.
Maybe they have like a map.
Mm-hmm. All right, you're going to go inside? I'll meet you in there in a little bit. Okay. And we're just going to walk around and we'll walk on some of the trails. I was up here today. I was up here earlier. One of my first videos was up here in February. And it's definitely got a little nicer here in the spring. So this is World Migrationary Bird Day, Wertheim National Wildlife.
Mission with National Wildlife Refuge is with wildlife first. So we try to, activities like bike riding, dogs are not permitted on the refuge because it can scare the wildlife more than just walking at a leisurely pace and talking in low voices. Again, I'm going to be breaking that rule, but more about the different conservation organizations on Long Island. In addition to just learning about wildlife. Hasn't detected any birds yet, but it has the ability to identify birds based on their call. So a lot of the times I find that's helpful because I can hear someone but I can't see them. And it helps me to narrow down what I'm looking for. And my hiding. Yeah. It's one of those tall skinny trees up way up top. So that is the nest of a tufted titmouse. I saw the bird bringing some nesting material, so some straw and things like that. A tufted titmouse. So those are gray birds. They have a little crown, like a little tuft on the top. They're gray on the back, white on the stomach, and they have like pinkish, orangey underbelly. So you can hear their call.
Yes, that's it.
That's the tufted titmouse call.
Are you familiar with it?
On the floor, there are leaves that are blanketing the floor. So during the winter, that's where a lot of our insects, they go to sleep during the winter. And then in the spring, they emerge. So when people, they clean their lawns and they clean up those leaves, they're also cleaning up those bugs that are sleeping. And then they're not able to come out in the springtime. So our forests, by having these areas protected, we're able to have our insects survive the winter. Some of the leaves you can see have oak trees around this area. There's also a lot of berry bushes around the area. So these white flowers, there's also little seeds. These little white flowers are all going to become blueberries. So that's great vision for native wildlife.
Okay.
Yeah, even more over here. So this area is dominated by
Here's some of the exhibitions out in the back of the visitor center today. It's a nice little place you could sit and look at the birds and nature. Very nice. A lot of different bird houses. They've set up some different exhibits and information booths out back. It's a nice little area behind the visitor center here. I guess you go watch the wildlife and sit, watch the birds, different bird houses.
Bracelets or a pine cone. Where is the yeah, so you can find this from your local tree. Where the birds will come. Would you like one? Okay, so here's a precept one. Color is not. Okay, that's a diurnal, right? But yeah, so 3 hours. He is nocturnal. So he likes to sleep at night. Now, do you guys think he's full grown or is he a baby? Full grown. That's his hands. You guys want to guess? Yes. Yes, he is full grown. So this is the full size. I'm not sure how old is he?
Over 8 years old.
Over 8 years old. Yeah, you guys can see he has the hooked beak, right? Is that you? So you guys know what they eat? You guys want to name some foods that they might eat? Yes. Mice, yeah. They should be a little too big for this guy. But it's a good guess. More ospreys. Really small.
She just coughed up a pellet too just now. Did you? Not you. Everybody pukes. But did you know that all birds of prey have to cough up pellets? Everyone thinks it's just owls. Not true. Like I said, we're starting small today. I'm going to go over the splash pad. Any guesses? Open up. She is not shy. She did not just wake up. What do we have in the back? Yes, good job, my friend. American kestrel. Everyone say that one. That's something you don't talk about much or hear about much, but they are local. They are indigenous. This is the smallest falcon you get to see here on Long Island. And this one's name is Moxie. She's a female with a lot of moxie. She reminds me of a 13-year-old girl with an attitude. That's who she is. She was raised illegally as a pet, and when that happens to a bird, and they see humans first, that word is called imprinted. So she's an imprinted bird. She sees everyone as if they're family. She's too familiar with people. Do you think she'd survive in the wild by herself? I was just like, hey, you, give me a mouse. Well, unfortunately, the people who had her did not give her mice. We found out they were trying to feed her regular meat that humans would eat, like hamburger meat and other stuff, like not good stuff. She went to pterodactyl before. On TV? They did exist. For this one,
Oh my god.
That's called the stanky leg dance. If you've ever seen it before. He invented it. All right, here we go. I'm gonna let him acclimate to the room. Let him listen to things around him. Right now, this bird is literally triangulating sound from across the room, pinpointing where it is, using all the senses. Can everyone say hello to Hooter? He does not own a chain of restaurants, but he is the largest, most common bird of prey in this family on Long Island. This is the biggest and most common owl. Who's ever seen one? Who's ever heard one? 98% of the calls, it's this owl they're hearing. He's the typical Hooter owl. He's called the great horned owl, misnamed. These are not really truly horns. These are called plumicorns or feather tufts, helping him to camouflage and listen better. Now, what'd you say? This is the same in the bird world, right? Remember I said different personalities? Yeah, he doesn't want to. I said thank you and he turned around. Should we really, and that's another thing, you have animals at home, talk to them, spend time with them. They're listening. You might not know exactly what you're saying, but it makes a difference. We have so many people that say, oh yeah, just sit there all day. They have a short life, enjoy it with them. I'm gonna go slow this way. Yep. That way, very slow. Now back around. Now you can tell me what species he is. You got it. You're looking at the red-tailed hawk. Are there other hawks on Long Island? What do you think? Yes. Can anyone name any of them on this migratory bird day? Throw one species at me besides this one. Everyone knows this guy. He's the largest and most common. So when we see soaring all throughout the day in circles, looking like he lost his GPS. Okay. There's also the Cooper's hawk. Are you going to say one? Another type of hawk? Yes. Skull, and it's the same as what you two are wearing right now. It's your cap. So they have a built-in cap for diurnal hunting, and they'll soar for hours. The first to move back to New York City. You remember that story? Was that in the 90s or something? They adapted and they're doing so well. They opened up the runway for other birds to come back after them. Right. You want to know how good his vision is? He's literally looking into your souls right now. But if you want to compare his vision, what you're going to think of is, ready? You think you can read a book from across the football field? Yeah. If I taught him to read, yes. But if you had hawk eyes, you'd be able to read those little letters across the football field. That's the most acute, sharp vision that we know. Superhero power. Now, have you seen this bird soaring around outside? Have you seen it in the daytime? Guess its favorite food is squirrels and rabbits. Also little birds, bigger birds, my chickens, your chickens. I had to put it to the circle of life too. I remember my first time I walked in the backyard, he's born. I'm like, cool, red-tailed hawk. I'm like, oh, yeah, red-tailed hawk. You know, the chicken. I'm like, oh. It's the circle of life. Now,